the lemon that tells the truth. So right off the bat, his name is Harvey Hunnicut. Serling's alliteration is no accident. Harvey sounds harmless, but Hunnicut splits itself in two. Honey and cut. A sweetness that conceals a blade. A salesman who smiles while slicing. He cuts deals, but also cuts corners. He cuts the truth before it cuts him. And of course, he sells cars. Not cars, really, but stories. Stories polished with lies. Each vehicle is a metaphor for the ego's self-concept, dented, rusted, but propped up like royalty, until someone dares to open the hood. Then one day, Harvey acquires a haunted Model A Ford from a mysterious old man. He calls it a curse, but it's not cursed. It's just incapable of participating in deception. Whoever owns the car can no longer lie. And to the ego, that is the ultimate curse. Because without lies, the ego has no function. It can't sell. It can't seduce. It can't survive. The haunted mouth. As soon as Harvey takes possession of the car, his mouth becomes possessed by truth. He tries to sell a jalopy to a couple, and ends up confessing that it's a lemon. The script doesn't just strip away his sales pitch. It disintegrates his entire persona. He blurts out defects involuntarily. He insults his own inventory. He even calls his wife and confesses to lying, mid-sentence, before he even knows he's doing it. The haunted car doesn't just make Harvey tell the truth. It exposes that he never believed the lies to begin with. There's no such thing as accidental honesty. What pours out of Harvey's mouth is what was already hiding in his mind. And now, it has no more gatekeeper, selling lemons, living lies. Cars in this episode are literal lemons. But metaphysically, they're symbols of grievances. They don't run well, but they're cherished. We don't want them in our driveway, but we'll keep them in our hearts. We sell them to others while pretending they're fine. Harvey's whole lot is filled with these lemons. He even jokes. He has more lemons per square foot than a fruit grower in Salinas. That's not just comedy. That's confession. And the old man, he names it clearly. You'll have to sell the car to be free from the haunting, but you won't be able to unless you tell the whole truth. Let's be clear. You can't get rid of the ego until you expose it. And you can't expose it unless you're willing to stop defending it. The lie keeps its power only as long as it's being sold. The ego's marketing strategy. The cars are dressed up, chrome accents, shiny hoods, new signage, not dependable. Even the truth becomes a marketing tool. Harvey tries to pass off brutal honesty as reverse psychology. The politician who nearly buys the haunted Model A thinks it's a clever ruse. You clever little cookie, you. He's sure Harvey is lying about the car being bad because that's what sells. This is the ego's last stand, trying to use truth as a new way to lie. But truth doesn't play that game. And neither does the haunted car. Political suicide. Truth as career ender. When Alderman Grimley realizes what the car does, he panics. If he owned it, he'd have to tell the truth all the time. He'd never survive another campaign. He couldn't give speeches. He couldn't spin. He couldn't manipulate perception. So he passes the car off to a Soviet official, hoping to infect someone else's propaganda machine. But again, the joke isn't just Cold War satire. The car isn't American or Russian. It's not partisan. It doesn't care about systems or platforms. Truth doesn't care who owns the illusion. It simply undoes it. The haunted car is Christ's vision in drag. It doesn't accuse, it just removes the filters. And in doing so, it collapses the personality, the profession, and the performance. Haunted by honesty, the real ghost story. Harvey's meltdown is spiritual. It starts as inconvenience, then embarrassment, then panic, then existential crisis. He says, I got no control over what I'm saying, but that's the illusion breaking. He never had control. The ego was driving the whole time, and now the wheel's been ripped from its hands. Harvey's grief is not that he can't sell cars. It's that he can no longer hide from himself. The haunting isn't in the car. It's in the belief that there's a separate me who can lie and not be affected by it. The real haunting is separation. And the only exorcism is honesty. Serling's final shot. The mirror behind the wheel. Rod Serling closes the episode with one of his best final lines. Be particularly careful in explaining to the boss about your grandmother's funeral when you were actually at Chavez Ravine watching the Dodgers. Translation: the car is coming for you. The haunted vehicle is symbolic of every tool the Holy Spirit will use to break your false narrative. It could be a phone call, a slip of the tongue, a relationship, a collapse, a comedy, anything that cuts the lie at the root, because eventually everyone will get in the car and the wheel will start to turn, and what comes out of the mouth will finally match what's in the mind. The car is the self-concept, built for image, not truth, traded, propped up, dressed, sold. The lemon is the grievance, looks sour, smells off. Still we keep it and try to sell it. The haunting is involuntary honesty. The truth isn't added. It's revealed by removing resistance. The collapse is liberation. Harvey didn't lose his life. He lost the lie that kept it hidden. The buyer is the belief in systems, politics, propaganda, personality, all undone by one light beam of honesty. The haunted car doesn't need fixing. It was never broken. It just can't lie. And in a world addicted to image, that's the most dangerous and miraculous thing of all.